Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha. Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiv Bandhanam, Mrityurmukshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha.
Neem. Om Hrim Sim Chandikayai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Shri Mrim Saraswatyai Swaha. Google Sugar Rice mix up. Om Sarva Devta Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Achman. Om Sarva Papaharang Dibyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam Achmanang Chamaya Dattam Grahitam Purushotamaha Brahmagnaye Namaha. Take a flower and fan the fire towards the Murti each 5 times. Om Banaspati Rasod Bhuto Gandhadhyo Gandha Uttama Aghriyang Sarvadevanang Dhupoyam Pratigrihitam. Both hands on the flame, 5 times over your head. Take a flow. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Brahma Murari Sripurantakari Bhanu Sasi Bhumi Suto Buddhascha Guru Shukra Shani Rahu Ketavah Kurvantu Sarve Mama Suprabhatam Sakal Graha Shanti Sri Suryari Navgraha Devaya Namah. Om Namostestu Mahamai Sri Pithe Sur Pujite Shankha Chakra Gadahaste Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Mama Shatru Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute. Siddheshwari Mahalakshmi Mata Namo Namah. Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Ganeshwara. He Parameshwari, He Sadashiv, He Agnishwara. Yar Pujitam Maya Deva Hima Paripurnam Tadastumi. Om Tatsat Pahimam Sharanagatam Pahimam Sharanagatam Pahimam Sharanagatam. Bole Sri Mahalakshmi Mata Ki Jai. Fix some of the flowers on the day and you can put the rest on the beach. Devotees, as we prepare ourselves for Katha, we'll have bhajans before we start.
सा परमात्मा है। सुख करता रोग हरता पावन परमात्मा है। प्रभु जी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। सुख का सागर है। सुख का सागर है। सुख का सागर है।
बोले श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. Devotees, as we prepare ourselves now for kathas relating to Bhagwan Shankar, we do our normal preparation. We seek the blessings of Gajanan Swami, Ma Devi, Devi Mata, Bhagwan Shankar, of course, he's your focus. And remember, I have explained that this is preparation for us. When we sit to listen to Katha, we have to prepare ourselves, we have to tune in ourselves. Gajanan helps us to, as we say, the power of discrimination, to let go everything otherwise and focus upon what is essential, what we need to focus upon. Devi Ma, she symbolizes that state we call mumukshutva, that intense yearning, longing to be in oneness with the Lord. Even though many of us may not have that yearning, but by continuously worshiping Devi Ma, gradually we come to that point where we realize that that only reality is what we need. And the Shivaji represents that state of vairagya or spiritual dispassion. Now, spiritual dispassion, we say we learn to let go. But bear in mind, let me explain that even dispassion is of two types. Vairagya could be what we call sattvic vairagya and rajasic vairagya. Now listen to these tunes very carefully, because I keep saying you do not normally hear these things. And we take what we believe to be knowledge superficially, and we think we're in a comfort zone. No, let's get to the essence of it. The three gunas affect the entire world, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic prakriti. So even vairagya, which is dispassion, we don't look at it from tamas perspective, but rajasic and sattvic. So what does this mean? Let's look at the rajasic prakriti, rajasic vairagya, what is it? Now I can develop a dispassion, I can turn away from things on the outside after I get fed up. Things don't work the way I expect them to work. They don't appeal to me in the way I expect them to appeal to me. So I get fed up and I turn away from these things. So you develop vairagya. But if those very same objects were attracting you, pulling the mind, you wouldn't let go. Follow closely what I am saying. Now this is the type of vairag most people develop. The outside, you're fed up, you turn away. But if the outside is right to your satisfaction, you do not turn away. You cling on to it. So in other words, that vairag is attraction to the external things, which if do not satisfy you, you're fed up, so to speak, you withdraw the mind. Whereas sattvic vairagya, from inside, not the external factors at all, from inside, there's a deep rational process where you analyze critically, deep down inside, And it doesn't depend, it doesn't matter whether it's outside or wherever. We realize it is those things that attract the mind totally useless. I give the example like Sri Ram, for instance, devotees. When he was a child, very disturbed, he went to his Guru Vasisht. And he explained, this is Yog Vasisht, Vairagya Prakaran, where Vairagya established here. The child Sri Ram is saying, oh Guru, what this life has. And he looked at every single thing but from a different perspective. Now mind you, the child didn't go through all those things yet. What does he know about marriage? What does he know about all the distractions that elders have? How much does he know about a baby? We all look at a baby, so beautiful and nice. You ever check the kind of problem the baby has to undergo? Baby is totally dependent, crying when it's wants something. You have to bathe him, you have to clean him, you have to determine he's totally dependent. What kind of life is that? Yet many of us believe the baby life is a nice life. See, Ram said, oh Gurudev, even that, the baby's life, check what it is. Pain. This is why the wise ones don't want to come back into the world. To go through these 6 modifications. Birth, existence, growth, maturity, decay, and death. Every aspect of it, there is pain. Now Sri Ram, from that child state, he turned his mind against all these things. Not having experienced it, not experienced disappointment, etc. I should mention that the Rajasic Prakriti really, Vairag, is when there's disappointment really. You know, things don't work the way as I said. So you turn away from it. I fed up, I give up. No. Sri Ram didn't experience any of these things. Yet he turned away from these things. This is Sattvic Vairagya. I hope you can understand the difference. If you can't understand the difference, devotees, sometimes I think we're in a very bad way. These are the subtleties that exist. You have to draw lines between them. So it is easy to say develop Vairagya, but what kind of Vairagya? If you develop Rajasic Vairagya, when the external factors change to your liking, you fall right back into it. You don't give up, you fall back into it. But when it's Sattvic Vairagya, you let go and you let go permanently. It doesn't attract the mind at all. No matter. So devotees, again, I could say all this, but you have to know what you experience. So sometimes people say, Guruji, I'm fed up, this, that, and the other. But if everything was good, you ain't fed up. You're okay. Now you may think that this is Vairagya you have developed. Yes, but it is Rajasic. And if those factors change, you go back. So devotees, when we worship Bhagwan Shankar Shivaji, Sattvic Vairagya, genuinely, in the world but not of the world. And the external factors don't determine whether you develop that Vairagya or not. No, it comes from inside. So in other words, the only way you could know that is if you go inside. Analyze your thinking. Analyze what attracts you, what doesn't attract you. If you think you have Vairagya, ask yourself, what is it? Sattvic or Rajasic Vairagya? So most people would have Rajasic. I'm convinced of that. Very few have Sattvic. Because if you have Sattvic Vairagya, when you're still a child, you learn to let go from a child growing up. But notice only when we get bigger and we get disappointment, and so we start to let go. So devotees, we always strive for Sattva, not Rajas. So in other words, you have to work out. The Rajas helps, and if you get that anubhav, that experience, then it becomes part of us. So that, genuinely from inside, I really don't want it. Factors could change, factors could not change, it doesn't matter to me. I have turned my mind away from it. I have turned away from it, Vairagya. So, a simple little lesson, though it's not very simple, you have to understand, And I'm saying you have been hearing a lot of things, devotees. And these little points I'm making to you, I want you to analyze them closely. For this is where true spiritual growth is going to come from. Not just on the surface. So first, you have to listen carefully to it. You have to assimilate it, analyze it, crystallize it. Make sure you understand what it is. And then you can look at yourself and see, how do I practice? Do I have Vairagya at all? If I do, then is it Rajasic or is it Sattvic? If it's Rajasic, I keep working at it and try to come to the state of Sattva. When I come to the state of Sattva, then there's only one way to go after that. Gunatit. Where that Param Vairagya. When we read of Shiv Puran and see we have Shiva. And Shiva created Virbhadra. Many of you would have heard that katha. Virbhadra symbolizes Paravairagya. You go beyond Vairagya. Gunatit. Okay? So it will take some time for us to fully gravitate towards those things. But I'm trying to throw the seeds, hoping that they will start to germinate. And as we go along, I will try to pluck out the weeds that may cover the seeds. So that the seeds I'm planting in your minds will very germinate strongly and blossom. But devotees, I am assuming though that the soil that I'm throwing these seeds on happen to be fertile soil, that you prepared for it. If you're not prepared for it, then I won't say that I am wasting time, because others may be prepared. You have to know where you are. Okay? So devotees, I say simply, we didn't come to relax now. Though we didn't come for tension either, you know. But we come because we want to pray, we want to lift ourselves, and remember, Gyan Bhakti is better than Mur Bhakti. Understand why you do, what you're doing, getting the right knowledge. This Bhakti is very much more effective than blindly following. Just offering the flowers and putting, you know what I mean by Mur Bhakti, Bahya Bhakti. Okay, devotees? So when we worship Gajanan, Devi and Shiva, let's understand this is preparation for all of us. Now, remember I say all of us. So it means it's for me also. So I'm going to prepare myself. So when I get into my katha, I can tap into different levels. You have to do likewise. So you can understand, hopefully, wherever I go to whatever level. You concentrate first on Gajanan devotees. And Om Ganganapataye Namah. Visualize Gajanan. Ganapati Om Jai. Ganapati Om. Gajamukhavadana. Ganapati Om. Mushakavahan Gajanana. Mushakavahan Gajanana. Modakahasta Gajanana. Ganapati Om Jai. Ganapati Om. Gajamukhavadana. Ganapati Om. Ganapati Om Jai. Ganapati Om. Gajamukhavadana. Ganapati Om. Mushakavahan Gajanana. Mushakavahan Gajanana. Modakahasta Gajanana. Modakahasta Gajanana. Ganapati Om Jai. Ganapati Om. Paramaniranjana Gajanana. Paramaniranjana Gajanana. Paramaniranjana गजानन पहद नमस्ते पहद नमस्ते पहद नमस्ते गजानन गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम गजमुख वदन गणपति ओम परम निरंजन गजानन परम निरंजन गजानन परम निरंजन गजानन पहद नमस्ते पहद नमस्ते पहद नमस्ते गजानन गणपति ओम जय गणपति ओम गजमुख वदन गणपति ओम मूषक वाहन गजानन मूषक वाहन गजानन मोदक हस्त गजानन मोदक हस्त मोदक हस्त मोदक हस्त गजानन। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। Devotees, Devi, visualize our Shakti, Durga Devi. जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा ओ जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा संकट हरणी मंगल करनी संकट हरणी मंगल करनी जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी प्रेममयी कल्याणमयी हे ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी प्रेममयी कल्याणमयी हे शुभ दे माता देवी जगन्माता अशुभ दे माता शुभ दे माता देवी जगन्माता जय जय देवी जगदम्बा संकट हरणी मंगल करनी संकट हरणी चिंता हरणी संकट हरनी कलिमल हरनी। जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा। जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा। देवी जगदम्बा, ओ देवी जगदम्बा, हाँ देवी जगदम्बा। बोले सियार शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। Devotees, and now we will concentrate specially on Bhagavan Shankar. I will begin with Shiv Stotra. Those of you who know the Shiv Stotra, feel free to join me. Otherwise, Om Namah Shivaya. Panch Akshar Mantra Omkar Pranav, most powerful. Visualize Bholinath, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar, Jatadhari Gangadhar Chandramauli, Trayambak, Nilakant, Trishuladhari, Vrishabhahan, Varadata. Pranamami Anahadi Akhandaharam Vibhu Vyapakaveda Swarupavaram. Pranamami Anahadi Akhandaharam Vibhuvyapakaved Sarupavaram. Pranamami Anahadiyakhandaram Vibhuvyapakaved Sarupavaram. Advaitaya Bhedaya Lekhayajam Pranamami Sada Shiva Dharma Dhwajam. Niravadya Niriha Niravaranam Shubha Bhavya Maha Bhava Bhaya Haranam Paramesha Suresha Kumara Manam Shuchi Shankara Nitya Dharadharanam Nirvana Niranjana Naminaram Nirkaya Nirupya Achincha Param. Igunaatmakarupa Suchandhaswaram Shubhkarayakara Vikaraharam Vrishabhadhvaja Shambhu Sugauripatim Vararudratrilochana Yogayatim Karikala Karala Mahakaralam Ajaramardivya Avyayavalam Vidubhala Vishala Sumaurijata Karpura Sukunda Samana Chata. Shiraganga Prabhadarasai Shatkoti Chapadaraso Sarasai Shiti Kanthalase Bahuvyala Maha Shuti Kundala Lola Kapola Aha Digapavat Pura Prachanda Gati Shuchi Rajatavam Suangasati Damaru Karamadhya Trishula Lasai Urame Surate Tisukoti Basai. Jai Nathaya Nathan Kera Prabhu Kartara Sanghara Karupa Vibhu Tumahi Jagatara Kahavat Ho Agh Ogha Mahabim Savat Ho Dukha Dokha Vinashak Trashak Ho Jagajiva Prajan Sushasak Ho Jana Ranjana Ganjana Dushta Chali Nashijat Viluki Kamanda Pari भवधारय धार सुरासुर के, महकाल जलंधर अमूर के, महिमूल महा अनुकूल जनम, प्रतिकूल सदा खल दल दमनम, प्रणमामि महेश परेश शिवा, श्रीलल प्रणम्य गिरीश दिवा, प्रणमामि महेश, प्रणमामि शिवा, प्रणमामि महेश परेश शिवा, हरदेव प्रणम्य गिरीश दिवा। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्, उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। बोले श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। Now devotees, I'm going to present you a discourse from Shiv Mahapuran, and there'll be lessons for all of us, mundane lessons, spiritual lessons, etc. Sri Shivji Maharaj, relating Katha to Saunakji and those thousands of sages present in Naimisharanya. Sri Shivji बोले, हे श्रेष्ठ ऋषियों, अब मैं पाप नाशक उस कथा को कहता हूँ जो कि मैंने गुरु व्यास जी से सुना था. I'm going to explain to you a katha, an episode, that can be described as Pap Nashak. It destroys sins. I'm going to explain this katha to you, that katha which I heard from my guru, Ved Vyas ji. So Ved Vyas was a guru of Sri Shivji Maharaj. And when it is said that sins can be burnt away by listening to this katha, sins, devotees, are two types, let's put it: sins of omission, sins of commission. But sins can be committed in action, in speech, even in mind. So you see, I've been trying to put to you that you don't take just one dimension only. Everything can be taken in different levels. As even kathas, devotees, there's what we call the experimental outlook, the cosmological outlook, and the metaphysical outlook. All kathas can be looked at in these three ways. Of course, the majority look at the experimental outlook, that's the story. Some go to the cosmological level where you take laws, principles that we can apply while we live. Very few will go to the metaphysical level, which applies directly to the individual. What do I mean by that? Remember, we have been explaining Ramayana. Ayodhya is the human body. Dasya, the 10 senses. The 3 gunas, the 3, Kaikeyi, Kaushilya, Sumitra. This is metaphysical, where you take the stories and you apply them in principle that relate to you directly. And now, to my mind, if we can't apply metaphysically, then the stories remain stories. And the little principles I practice here and there, cosmological laws, that's okay. But those things don't really liberate us. We have to go to a deeper level. And this is what we have been trying to do all along, always giving a deeper part of scriptures you can apply metaphysically for those who could take it. So devotees, sins, likewise, action, word, thought. And also the scriptures have given us injunctions and prohibitions. If I carry out the prohibitions, we create sins of commission. I am doing what I'm not supposed to do. If the scriptures give us injunctions and I don't carry them out, sins of omission. Now everybody is guilty of some type of sin. We call it impurities. According to Shaivism, you have 3 types of impurities, 3 types of mal. Anav mal, karmi mal, and mayi mal. Anav mal, we are all born into this world with impurities. Nobody is born pure. Nobody. And this is why in Hinduism we have the initiation process, Guru Diksha. People say Christian. That is the word Christian, like from Christ. Guru Diksha, initiation. Initiation is a spiritual birth. It's a cleansing process. So everybody who is born, everybody Ashuddha, impure. When we undergo the initiation process, it is not only a case of getting a guru, but it is undergoing a spiritual birth. So there's a biological birth, there's a spiritual birth. The biological birth comes with its impurities. The spiritual birth is to cleanse us. This is why everybody should be initiated. It is a purification process. Now, devotees are normal, we are born with these impurities. Karmimal, we all perform actions, and our actions are done most time with a sense of doership. I am doing this because I want that. That in itself is called karmimal, because it binds us. So if you notice, almost everybody, if not everybody, creates karmimal actions. Because the actions are not done as an offering to God. They are done with a sense of expectation. That I'm going to get this reward, etc. Herein lies an impurity. And Maya, the illusion of individuality. Right? The illusion of individuality is an illusion. Because in a sense, Ek Brahm, everybody is one. But we see duality and plurality, etc. That in itself is impurity. Mayimal, I act as an individual, selfishly, etc., etc. So if you analyze closely what I have just said here, devotees, this in itself is a whole nice discourse also. Nobody, if you analyze closely, is really free from pap, impurities. But how do I cleanse myself? Many times we are told, Kartik Nahan, you take a duck, you wash out all the sin. Which one of the sin you wash out? Sins of omission, sins of commission. Mansik pap, vachik pap, which pap you wash out? You see, these words are there only to talk, right? And make people do certain actions. Now, let me clarify this. You see, way back in Satyug, Ganga was pure. Ganga water was white as milk. Go and check and see Ganga Jal right now, what is the color? If you see brown, you might be lucky. You might see more black. In other words, Ganga itself is filled with impurities. When we are told, scriptures written how many hundreds of years ago, taking a duck in Ganga purifies you. That Ganga, to take a duck, there was something different. Not this Ganga. Not this Ganga. So you want to go to India and duck in Ganga, go ahead. And see if your sins will be moved. No? But there's the inner Ganga, that stream of devotion. If you can duck in that stream, pap, wash away, like what we've seen here. Listen to this katha. Listening is an attitude, a wonderful action, and by listening, perform this karma, present self-effort, you can burn away pap. Understand your rational devotees. And I did mention, I think, Sunday morning service, that there is self-effort in the past, self-effort in the present. If the present self-effort supersedes the past self-effort of the past creates destiny. If I can really perform intense self-effort in the present, I can burn away even destiny. It's not impossible. But that is a big if I can do it. If. So devotees, you see, if you tie everything together, listen carefully to what I am saying. Why I keep saying over and over again, you're on your own. Nobody could do it for you. So I'm reading the katha, I can't listen to it for you, you know. You have to listen. And if you can't listen, you pick up a story here and there, then you might get somebody pap removed, but plenty still there. You understand? But in other words, our scriptures have given to us, or they're giving to us so many opportunities to cleanse ourselves, to free ourselves. And if we don't do that, who is to blame, devotees? Who is to blame? You see, I like to make all these things because many of us think a yag is a joke. You go to a yag to socialize, to eat, sing, clap, make merry, go home. That is good. But if you don't dive into the pond of scriptures, you're wasting your time. And not only that, you may come to this place and not do what you're supposed to do, you also accumulate mock impurities. Check and see what you're doing. But remember, it's what you're doing, each person. Yeah? So this is why I keep saying, nobody distract me now. You talk, I'm not hearing anything you're saying, I'll listen to my katha boy. I'm putting my mind. And this mind is very tenacious, very turbulent. In a split second, it can go any part of the world and come back. Even outer space and come back. That moment, that I keep saying, could be a defining moment for you. Something could throw off inside of you to bring about a change. But then if it doesn't happen, it's because you have allowed your mind to stray. So just to wrap up this point, remember Dhundhukari, Bhagavad Katha. Thousands listened to Bhagavad Katha. He was a terrible spirit. Wicked, he died. He was killed. But he was the only one to be liberated. Out of thousands, even Gaukaran, who was reading, wasn't liberated. Why? We were told that the only person to listen with 100% attention was Dhundhukari. So I keep saying, it's not the Bhagavad liberated him. Listening to the Bhagavad liberated him. All understand what I'm saying? It's not the Shiv Puran will liberate you, no? Yeah? Listening to the Katha will liberate you. Katha always here. So this is why they said, Pap Nashak, it destroys sin. But what they are saying, listen. You have to listen carefully, because this is the power of the Katha now. The vibrations. The Katha has been blessed. The effect of it can help us to burn away sins of omission or commission. Or it can also provide us an opportunity to create more pap. Create more pap. Sit around and waste the time and whatever. Choice is yours. Okay, devotees? So devotees, that is only one line of the Katha yet. So I won't elaborate so much again. Let's go on. What is the Katha all about? Sri Suji is saying, पहले गौतम नाम एक श्रेष्ठ ऋषि थे जिनकी परम धार्मिक स्त्री का नाम अहिल्या था और जो दक्षिण के ब्रह्म नामक पर्वत पर 10,000 वर्ष तक तप करते रहे. There was a great sage whose name was Gautam Rishi, foremost among sages. Rishi. A Rishi, devotees, is a seer. S-W-E-R. Now when Shunada we apprenti seer man. Ben doke moda kana stupidness. The Rishi is one who sees, not physically. Pashyanti. He goes to high levels. High levels of, he wishes to intuition. Very, very high levels to tap into the secrets of the universe. The so-called seer man we have here, the furthest you could see is your wallet. Understand what I'm telling you? All right. So devotees, this was a genuine sage, great sage, powerful, foremost among the sages. He was married, his consort's name was Ahilya. But Param Dharmik Stri, she was a very, very beautiful wife. Work is worship, duty is God. Right? No matter what the circumstances, based upon my station in life, I need to carry out my duties. That is my dharma. Sometimes you hear many people say, because you go in yag, you maintain your dharma. Right? You go and sing in a yag, you maintain your dharma. When you go out, what you doing? You doing your duty? Eh? You go to work and doing your duty? Devotees, I don't want to go in details, but the superficial kind of, I can't call it understanding, but reference that people make to these things, it is mind-boggling. It affects, believe me. Because we're living in a fool's paradise, not understanding the essence of these things. All right? Duty. Like Ahilya. Right? Sita Mata, where Sri Ram is, Jai Maya Ayodhya. When Ayodhya was being burnt, Lanka was being burnt, Kumkaran, he was a Mahapapi, but his wife was a Pativrata, loyal, sincere. He's sleeping day and night. But look at the power. She said, oh, again, Dev, if I maintain my duty as a wife, nothing will happen to my house. Nothing happened to her house. Not because of Kumkaran, because of his consort, Pativrata Dharma. Dutifulness. Right? This is what we call dharma. Right? So as I explained before the devotees, dharma, your duty is under all circumstances. Not only praying, nothing. That is one part of dharma. But she's param dharmic, supremely so. That's a superlative being used, devotees. So these two live together, a wonderful couple. Compatibility to the highest, not just blind love, which turn to hate thereafter. Compatibility, and more spiritual Wonderful background. We won't elaborate on that. Devotees, in the southern part of, which this would be India, it is said, there's a mountain called Brahm Namak Parbat. This sage once performed 10,000 years of tapasya. Now this is why he was called the Rishi. The self-discipline, the sacrifice that they made. And remember, when you see the performing tapasya, discipline, you know, body, mind, everything disciplined. And remember, I mentioned to you all that in any form of the devotion, posture is important. So I don't want to go back to posture again. Because I talk and I don't know who is here, who do here. If you can't have a proper posture, devotees, you see, when we are told to sit erect, you know why? Animals run across so, horizontal. Human beings are vertical. Right up the spine, we have the 7 chakras, we'll put them. Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddha, Agya, Sahasrar. Kundalini has to rise right up to merge with Shiva. Animals don't have that. They have to go horizontal. So if I sitting here to do devotion, I push one side. Where Kundalini going? This thing is not just to put you, not to force you, it's for your own benefit. This is why they say sit upright, erect spine. You know, when you have to do your meditation and so on. Because it helps the inner movement of the energies. It helps. Okay? There is no old talk. See? All these things have been given to us to help us devotees, not to put us down. Okay? So devotees, tapasya, they would stand on one foot or sit one place. They've not stated here what they did. But they said here, 10,000 years intense tapasya. 10,000 years. A long time. And of course, notice, we just have devotion for hour and a half, 2 hours, and we still can't even sit down quiet. Where is the discipline? We have to condition ourselves to those things. Right? So devotees, these sages, we go back to that, without self-discipline, you cannot achieve spiritual success. You cannot. You cannot. And don't let me know crap about your praying from your heart. You will quickly say that. You pray from your heart. No matter how I sit down. No. How you sit is important. Your posture. For the energies to flow. Devotees, that's a different topic there. So let's leave that again. Many things we live in. So a long time they performed the tapasya. But at one point in time, एक समय वहाँ 100 वर्ष तक पानी न बरसा. जिससे पृथ्वी पर कुछ भी गीलापन न रह गया. और वृक्षों में कहीं भी पत्ते तक दिखाई न पड़ती थी. और जीवों के प्राणाश्रय जल का कहीं नाम नहीं रह गया. जिसमें वहाँ के मुनि मनुष्य पशु और मृग आदि सब जीव चारों को भाग भाग चले जा. For 100 years, devotees, they said, there was a famine, there was a drought, let's take it first. Pani na barsa, no rain. Now, you know, we have sometimes 1 week, 2 weeks pass, we get rain. A month we get rain, and dry season hit we so. Oh, see what happens? Now that a month or two, sometimes a week or two. Here, 100 years. So you can imagine what was the outcome of that. As they said, everywhere dried up. Trees died, no leaves at all, everything. Animals died. Devotees' hardships. And now famine, what is it called? Remember, we have 3 types of pain. Daihik, Daivik and Bhautik Tap. And all as a result of karma. Now, karma causes all these actions. Bodily discomfort, environmental disaster over which I have some control, and environmental disasters over which I have no control. Like earthquakes and hurricanes and so on and so forth. And devotees, what causes all that? Karma. All right. So I set up myself here. This sage doing 10,000 years tapasya, but yet famine and drought. So who karma? Whose karma causing all this? Is it the sage's karma? So listen carefully, devotees. Remember I said in that environment all around, you had other munis living. Men, animals, different forms of creation lived there. So they were all suffering. So it is not right to say that because of the sage that all this came about, because of the others. And when we go on, you will realize the attitude of some of the others, and you will see what could cause the problem. But devotees, the sage, let's go back to him. He remained deep in meditation. His wife remained there. All the others, the sages, animals, they ran away from that part of the forest. Away. Nobody wanted to stay in the deserted dust bowl. The sage was left alone with his consort. Yeah? Devotees, there were one or two of the holy ones who remained behind. तब ऐसी भयंकर अनावृष्ट को देखकर ऋषि तथा ब्राह्मण प्राणायाम में तत्पर हो, कोई कोई की स्थान से युक्त हो, उस कठिन समय को व्यतीत करने लगी. The Gautam himself, he began to perform pranayam. Now devotees, you see, these kind of kathas go well deep, man. Right? Or pranayam, right? The body is annamaya kosh and pranamaya kosh. Two sheets. The astral body, you have manomaya kosh and vijnanmaya kosh. And the causal body, anandamaya kosh. Now, when there is no food, no water, the physical sheet, annamaya kosh, could be affected. The body becomes emaciated and so on. But do you have to die? The body depends on that, but life can continue to exist if there is air, breathing, pranayam. So these holy ones, devotees, they went into pranayam, deep breathing exercises, controlling the pran vayu. Some morning I explained to the 5 pran vayu that carry out all body metabolic activities and so on. They were able to harness all this energy and not create a problem within themselves. Something most of us wouldn't be able to understand, devotees. How they could do that? How they could do that? They could stay for thousands of years. Well, let me say, okay, let me break it down. They could stay for a long time without eating, breathing alone. As a matter of fact, there's documented a case. They buried a yogi underneath the ground for 48 days. Buried him. The 49th day they took him out, he was still alive. No food, no water. Not even air. This might be hard to believe, right? You know why? Because we are brainwashed by Western science. You can't live without this, you can't live without that. If you don't eat meat, you're sick. You eat meat, you get more sick. They push all this thing down your head. Not understanding that I keep saying, there is, Newtonian medicine, there is vibrational medicine. Vibrational medicine. Everything is vibration. And we can master the art of these vibrations. You can master anything. But it's if. But you can't be lazy to expect to do that. These sages did it. Pranayam. Right? In various ways. Some went into meditation. Those who remained, the few remained, genuine ones. Right? And what happened? This was the way they spend their time. They spend their time in the adverse circumstances. Because what could they do? No rain, nothing to eat. They went beyond the annamaya kosh to the pranamaya kosh. And they remained there, surviving. Something is going to happen. The thing is, I must maintain my life as long as possible. So this was what they did. Gautam himself, devotees, Gautam ji ने प्राणायाम का आश्रय ले वरुण देवता की प्रसन्नता के लिए 6 मास तक मांगलिक तप किया. So, according to Hindu theology, they say the god of water is Varun. Of course, it's one divinity. But for the story itself, there's a special energy, Varun. We call him Varun, the god of water. Gautam ji realized the problem was water. So he stabilized himself in the special pranayam to tap into that energy, Varun, so he can get water. For 6 months, he performed such a tapasya. Now, it's not stated here what the pranayam was about, but you could bet anything. It's not just inhalation and exhalation. It's deep, right? Deep. I have given quite a few people from Devi Bhagavad a pranayam that had a 1:4 to 2 ratio, right? If you do that inhalation, if it's 1 count, retention 4 counts, exhalation 2 counts. That pranayam devotee, if you can master that, keep on increasing, the amount of intake and retention, etc. You can go into deep samadhi for a long, long time. You burn away all negativities inside. But it's to do it. The secrets are there, The secrets are there. So I've given this to quite a few people. I don't know. After a week or two, you get fed up and you stop doing it because you want to see results. Now for now. Devotees, this sage, wise, Gautam, He stabilized himself and performed that pranayama. And he wrote 6 months. Now I want to just pause for one moment here again. What is the meaning of Gautam? That's just the name alone. Go, senses. Tam. What do you understand tam to be? Not tam. Tamas. Tamas. What does tamas mean? This way again I come back to the point, Sat, Raj and Tam in 3 different planes. Tamas could be laziness, lethargy. But Shiva is tamas. Non-motionlessness. Fixity. In other words, what I am saying here, Gautam, what the name symbolizes, stabilizing himself. The mind, not mind focus, senses, not chanchal, jumping all about. Chanchal, the senses, a state of tamas. Gautam. Shut down. Stable. Not jumping all over. You know what I mean by jumping all over? You sit down here, devotees, and you smell the chonkin curry. The sense of smell gone. Then the sense of taste follow. Then the sense is not stable. Like rajasic. So this is why tamas is also important. Like when we sit to puja and so on, you have to maintain tamas. Not tamasic prakriti, but motionlessness, stability, fixity, dhriti, constancy. All these qualities are important in devotion. If you have to do tapasya. So this is how could a person sit for thousands of years just so? 6 months he doing tapasya, a special pranayam, Gautam. Gautam. Now it illustrates to all of us what we need to do, the disciplines we need to have in our devotions. All right? You want to make sacrifices? You have to bring the senses, the body, mind, senses under control. If you cannot do that, devotees, where does the success come from? Brahmanan devotees, let's break the monotony. This bhajan I sang it a few times, but it tells us what we need to do when we sit to pray. What we need to do. Brahmanand is saying, Agar hai prem darshan ka bhajan si preeti kar pyara. Agar hai prem darshan ka bhajan si preeti kar pyara. Bhajan si preeti kar pyara. Bhajan se preeti kar pyara. छोड़ कर काम दुनिया के रुक विषय से मन अपना. छोड़ कर काम दुनिया के रुक विषय से मन अपना. जीत कर नींद आलस को, जीत कर नींद आलस को, प्रभु एकांत में न्यारा. बैठ आसन जमा करके त्याग मन की विचारों को. बैठ आसन जमा करके त्याग मन की विचारों को. देख प्रकृति में अंदर से, देख प्रकृति में अंदर से चमकता है अजब तारा. कभी बिजली कभी चंदा, कभी सूरज नजर आवे. कभी बिजली कभी चंदा, कभी सूरज नजर आवे. कभी कभी फिर ध्यान में भासी, कभी फिर ध्यान में भासी, ब्रह्म ज्योति का चमत्कार। मिटे सब पाप जन्मों के, कटे सब कर्म के बंधन। मिटे सब पाप जन्मों के, कटे सब कर्म के बंधन। वो ब्रह्मानंद दुनिया में, वो ब्रह्मानंद दुनिया में, लीन मन छोड़ संसार। अगर है प्रेम दर्शन का, भजन से प्रीति कर प्यारा, भजन से प्रीति कर प्यारा, भजन से प्रीति कर प्यारा। छोड़ कर काम दुनिया के, रोक विषयों से मन अपना। This is devotees, especially when we sit to pray, like now. छोड़ कर काम दुनिया के, you have to let go everything, all the works of the world, so to speak. You have chosen this moment to sacrifice in the Lord's name. Let go everything, छोड़ कर काम दुनिया के, रोक विषयों से मन अपना. Whatever distractions and attractions, the poisons of materialism, pull your mind away, give it up. In other words, purification, mind and body. So that is starting point. नींद कर, जीत कर नींद को आलस. You see, laziness is like sleep. What they say, overcome the sleep of laziness. Give up, overcome it. Raho ekant mein nyara, put your mind on the divine. Remember we said that one of the big faults, laziness? You think the sages don't know that? Sages are aware of that. Right? Overcome the sleep of laziness and put your mind on the divine. Devotees, as I mentioned before, pap, karma, we all suffer from that. We are asked to mite sava papa, janmu ki, to get rid of all these pap, all these sins from birth after birth that we have accumulated. Kate sava janma karmo ki. And devotees, all the different karmas that bind us. We have to free ourselves from all these things to really reach to that supreme, that one Purush. It's just to understand the journey, the sacrifices we need to make. And devotees, I mean, over and over we keep saying, whatever we're doing is not a drop in the ocean. We are just scratching here and there. Right? This is to help us, to motivate us, but it's like on your own, you have to know what you're doing. You have to intensify your sacrifices. On your own. When nobody's looking at you. You can sit down for 2-3 hours you want and pray. Quite okay. Nothing is wrong. You, the individual. Your intensity. So devotees, nothing could happen just like that. I keep saying that over and over. Here, no gain without pain. The sage Gautama, civilizing mind, senses, intellect, everything, body. He prayed 6 months' time. Devotees, he got a response. Usse prasann ho Varun ji unhe var dene aaye. He said that divine energy, Varun, was very pleased. And he appeared before Gautam. And he said, "Oh Gautam, ask a vardhan." The Gautam ji ne unse varsha karne ki pratna ki. Varun said, oh Lord, give us rain. We want rain. We want rain. Then Varun responded, "Hey, Gautam ji, मैं महादेव जी की आज्ञा के बिना कुछ नहीं कर सकता. आप और कोई प्रार्थना कीजिए जिसे मैं पूरा कर सकूं." Gautam said, the Varun Devata said, "Oh Gautam, I cannot give rains without the express instruction of Bhagavan Shankar, the Indiyalu Kripa Sagar. Ask for anything otherwise, I grant you that, but I can't grant you rains. Now, devotees, why? Now, you have to look at this again and see, you have to analyze, you want to listen to scriptures, analyze. If rains were to fall, you think rain could fall only on top of Gautama's head? Or only in his ashram? Or rain will fall all about? And if everybody's karma, right, don't allow them or don't qualify them to get the rain, how that could happen? So this is why I keep telling people sometimes, Lakshmi Ma, give me the 6 numbers. I want to win the lotto. I want to win the lotto. If you win the lotto, who's going to benefit? Ask yourself the question. Now your children, family, the bandits, whoever you have. But if they don't have that qualification, they don't have the karma to enjoy that, that militates against you. You could never get it. All you follow what I'm saying? In that grouping, everybody has to be qualified for it to happen. Otherwise, it never happen. So this is what? Nobody made sacrifices. You can't go and enjoy something that, Gautama made sacrifices for. So the problem was water, but Gautama asked for rain. He said, no, I can't give you rain. I can't without the instruction of Mahadevji. But if you ask for anything otherwise, my pura curse, I'll fulfill it. Then Gautam, very smart, he said, Aap Jal Rashi ke Swami hai. You are the presiding deity of water, O Varun. Is karan, aap mujhe jal daan dijiye. Then give me water. Now notice, rain is water, but rain is a different aspect like. The rains, you see these subtle differences again, I keep saying. Rains fall, rain can't fall on my head alone. The day rain falls on top of my head, I will believe in Nubia. Devotees, rain can't fall on my head alone. Rain fall all about, right? So you have to understand, is water, yes, but rain, no. I want water. Now he say, not rain, I want water. Give me water. क्योंकि जलदान से बढ़कर नित्य अक्षय तथा दिव्य फल को देने वाला दूसरा कुछ नहीं है. Because to bring back fruits and so on, sustenance is only water could cause that. Without water you can't survive, can you? Normal life. Devotees. So when Gautam prayed like this, no rain, I want water. तब गौतम की इस प्रार्थना कर प्रसन्न हो, वरुण जी ने उसे एक गड्ढा खोदने को कहा. So he said, Varun was pleased and said, okay, Gautam ji, dig a ditch, a pond, about 1 hand depth, a pond. Dig it. Well, the devotee wasn't very hard to dig, because it was dust everywhere. Gautam ji ne haath bhar, ek gahra gadha khoda. He dug it. And then what happened? Varun ji ki divya shakti se usme jal bhar aaya. They didn't say how big it was, but one hand depth. That whole plain, in the twinkle of an eye, the entire thing was filled with water. Filled with water. गंगे को भरकर वरुण जी ने गौतम जी से कहा कि तुम्हारा यह गड्ढा अक्षय जल वाला तीर्थ होगा और इससे लोग पृथ्वी पर तुम्हारे नाम से पुकारेंगे. यहाँ जो कोई दान हवन तप और देवताओं का पूजन तथा पितरों का श्राद्ध करेगा, इससे उसे अक्षय फल प्राप्त होगा. So Varun blessed that spot. He said, oh Gautam, this spot, because of his sacrifices, will be a holy spot. This Ganga will always remain here, indestructible. Right? It will be a place of pilgrimage. It's a holy place. Whoever performs havan here, performs austerities here, Devata Pujan, Srar Karam, whatever actions are performed here, they will get great merits. And all because of your sacrifices. So devotees, having said so, Varun disappeared. That water was there. शिशु जी बोले, इस प्रकार उस महर्षि से प्रार्थना किए हुए वरुण जी वर देकर अंतर्ध्यान हो गए और गौतम जी ने मनुष्यों की भलाई कर सुख पाया. महान पुरुषों का आश्रय मनुष्यों को गौरव प्राप्त का कारण होता है. ये कारण है कि महात्मा लोग वरों के स्वरूप को देखते हैं और नीच पुरुष सज्जनों को संगति नहीं करते. Here devotee Shishu ji saying, because of the sacrifices of Gautam, that entire area will benefit, yes. Varun disappeared, but Gautam, what he did here, was it for himself? This is paropakar. He did it for the benefit of others, all. If it was for himself alone, he said, give me some water, make a mandal. For the entire area. service to humanity is service to God. And here Suji made the point that, this is why it is always good to associate with elevated people. You associate with elevated people, you're elevated. You associate with niche, you go wrong, you go wrong. As Shiv Purana gives an example. If you go into a lion's den, if the lion eat you up, you're going to get jewels. Isn't that so? All would know. Lion have a certain things because people ain't going there. But if, what I mean, like lion, the king of the forest, you go to his den, you're going to get jewels and so on. If you go to a jackal's den, what are you going to get? Bones. Bones. And this is how they use the analogy for all of us, association. This is why no matter who you are, depending on who you associate with, the outcome. Pratham Bhakti Santan Kar Sangha. Associate with the right type of people. People who can uplift you. Where you can get gems, not bones. Yeah? So this is the whole thing with Gautam. To associate with him, look what has happened. Look what change he brought about. So devotees, great success. And now, with the appearance of that water, the animals came back, and the others, the men came back, the Swamis and them, the Munis and them. They realized, fertility came back to the soil, so they all came back. Them holy one. There was the very few who remained, they were always there, the holy ones. But others who deserted, they came back. So devotees, everything went well. That place thrived now because of that pond, blessed by Varunji. Now, something happened, devotees. So Gautam made such sacrifices to provide for the benefit of the society. Well, look and see what society could do to you after you make all these sacrifices for society. This is true to life situations. एक समय जब गौतम ऋषि ने अपने शिष्यों को जल लाने के लिए भेजा, तब वे पात्र लेकर गर्त पर गई. उसी समय वहाँ जल लेने के लिए आई हुई ऋषियों की स्त्रियों ने जल के पास गई हुए उन शिष्यों को देखकर जल लेने को विरोध किया और कहा कि पहले हम लोग भर लेंगी, तब तुम दूर से भरना. तब उन शिष्यों ने लौट भर सारा हाल ऋषि पत्नी से कहा. Devotees, one day Gautam Rishi wanted water. Of course he would want. So he would send his chelas. Right? So he sent Raj and he sent Dharam to go and fetch water from that pond. Right? But when they went to that pond now, devotees, the other holy men, their wives were all there also. The Brahmins' wives. They went also, they would go to that pond and they would sit down and talk. You know what they would talk? And they would talk about God, you know that. Right? Then we don't go into what they will talk about, all you know. And all you know, when all the ladies get together, what they talk about God, right? That's about Devi Ma. Yeah. So devotees, they assembled there, and these young boys went to fetch water. These women saw them coming. They stopped them. Hey, you stop right there. You can't fetch water. We are using the pond right now. Stay where you are. When we are finished, then you can fetch water from a distance. Knowing full well that they came to fetch water for the Guru, Gautam Rishi, who was the actual cause for this pond to be there. These boys, very despondent, so they didn't go back to the Guru. They went to Ahilya Mata. Now we see the Guru Mai, the godmother, right? And they told her exactly what had happened, how these women, how they behaved. तो ऋषि पत्नी शिष्यों का समझाकर स्वयं उनके साथ जल लेने को गई और गौतम ऋषि को दिया. So she said, all right, don't worry, come, don't worry. She calmed them down and she took the container and she went. They can't tell her anything. She is the Guru wife. Guru Mai, right? Now, even if they felt anything, they wouldn't say it, but you could imagine how the mind will be. She went and she filled the water. They couldn't tell her to fill it. And she brought it back for her husband. She gave, but Gautam knew nothing about this. So devotee, she actually asserted her authority, if you want to call it so. All right? Now this didn't go wrong too well with the other ladies. उपरोक्त ऋषि पत्नियों से क्रोध कर संपूर्ण वृतांत उल्टा कर अपने अपने पतियों से कहा. और वे सब गौतम ऋषि पर क्रोधित हुए और गौतम के विघ्न के लिए अनेकों उपहार स्वरूप गणेश जी का पूजन किया. Devotees, so the wife and them went home, right? And the husband and them home, and they explained to the husband what happened in a wrong side manner. Then said the right thing. What was the intent? To create mischief. They wouldn't say that they were wrong. No, they're not wrong. And devotees, these husbands, I would say, they sit down and they listen to what the wife said, and all of them get vexed. That is what she did. That is what they did. They believed everything these women said. Right? Now devotees, don't jump to conclusions yet, but you will see how you have to take things in life as you go along. There comes a point in them when people go against you, when they criticize you, they vilify you. Very subtly they attack you. All right? What wrong did Gautam do? Gautam didn't do anything wrong. Right? Ahilya didn't do anything wrong. Those women were playing the fool. Just to fetch a commander of water, they stopped these young boys. Attitude, you see. They had this, jealousy in their hearts, envy. They were envious of Ahilyama. So devotees, those husbands now, I don't know if you want to call them house husband. And that's a new term. And the house husband here, cleaning house and washing house, something. And anyway, let's go to that tricky ground. But devotees, these fellows and them Brahmins, holy ones, supposed to be exemplars. They were, I keep saying, you have to look at people, not what clothes you wear, what but the actions, what they do, how they live, what they're doing. What these fellows did, devotees. Now, they had power, to pray and so on, as you're going to hear. What they did. They didn't go directly face to face with Gautam to create any situation. But they tried to find a roundabout fashion to put problem on Ganesh. Now, when I say roundabout, they're going to throw nothing in the yarn thing. I mean, not Ganesh, Gautam. They're going to throw nothing in the yarn thing, Nah, they ain't doing them kind of thing. Right? They're going to do something much, much more constructive and powerful. What they did? They decided to worship Lord Ganesh. Ganesh is the Lord of obstacles. Ganesh removes obstacles, but Ganesh can also put obstacles. Because we have to understand. Right? Not only remove obstacles, he also puts obstacles. So these individuals, devotees, they pray to Ganesh Baba conscientiously when they want something, they pray real good. But if something negative they wanted, but they still pray. They prayed, devotees, and conscientiously they pray to Ganesh Baba and they worship him. So they worship him with all the different ingredients and so on that we normally use, real puja, with mantras and so on, praying to Ganesh Baba, wanting to ask for a special bardhan. But devotees, let's for a brief moment break the talk and glorify Ganesh as these individuals. They did it in their own way, right? Praising Ganesh Baba. So what we're doing, we're also appealing to Ganesh Baba. But please, don't appeal to Ganesh Baba to cause problem for anybody. Right? It wouldn't be good. Appeal to Ganesh Baba to remove your own problem. They are praying to cause problem for somebody else using Ganesh Baba. But they prayed. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jaki Parvati, Pita Mahadeva. माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव लदवन के भोग लगे शंकर करे सेवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा एकदंत दयावंत चारि भुजाधारी, माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। हार चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, सूरदास शरण आयो सुफल करो सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। अंधन को आँख देता निर्धन को काया, बाझन को पुत्र देता निर्धन को माया। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। हे माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। Devotees, they worshipped, they prayed, they knew their mantras and so on, and they did what they had to do. And they said, Ganesh Baba was pleased. Remember, they didn't ask for anything. This is why I keep saying, if you want to ask for something, don't ask yet, pray first. And then ask after. Because if your mind mixed, it's difficult to please our Lord. So their mind was focused upon the divine. And they prayed sincerely. Yeah? But for different objective though. Bhagwan Ganesh was pleased and he appeared. Pragat hui और बोले, मैं प्रसन्न हूँ, वर मांगो. Oh, holy ones, Brahmins, I'm pleased with you. Ask what do you, I'm pleased with you. Ask what do you want. Ganesh ji की ऐसी वचन सुनकर ऋषि बोले. So the main one, the main spokesperson, hearing this word of Lord Ganesh, what he is saying. यदि आप प्रसन्न है, devotee, they lucky to see Ganesh Baba, you know. Imagine that. And look what is. यदि आप प्रसन्न है, तो ऋषियों द्वारा धिक्कार दिला कर गौतम को इस स्थान से बाहर निकाल दे, और मैं इस वर को आप पूर्ण करेंगे. They said, oh Ganesh Baba, if you please with us, just one thing we want. And the whole point was Gautam. You see this Gautam Rishi? We want something to happen that he must leave this spot and go away from here. We don't want him amongst us. Out. We want him out. Do something, Ganesh Baba. They won't go and do anything themselves. But they're putting Ganesh, using Ganesh as a tool. Meaning go create some problem, some obstacle in his way, and force him to leave this place and go. ऋषियों की इस प्रार्थना को सुनकर गणेश जी हंस कर बोले. When the sages, when Ganesh Baba heard these words of the sages, these ignorant words, he laughed. Ganesh Baba हंस कर बोले, हे संपूर्ण ऋषियों, इस समय तुम सब अच्छा नहीं करते हो. At this point in time, you're not doing the right thing. So they were being cautioned. You see, Ganesh Baba won't just because they say, do this, go jump onto it. If it's wrong, so he's cautioning you, right? तुम सब अच्छा नहीं करते हो, उनके अपराध को बिना जाने उनसे क्रोध करना हानि है. Without somebody doing something wrong, a fault, mistake, to become angry with them to cause them pain is wrong. In other words, you don't try to hurt an innocent person. Put it simply. No matter how you put it. Right? No matter how you put it. जिसने पूर्व काल में बड़ी भलाई की है, उनको दुख देना ठीक नहीं है. He has done a lot of good already in the past. To try to cause him pain is not a good thing. Don't do it. यदि तुम लोग उन्हें दुख दोगे, तो तुम लोगों का नाश हो जाएगा. If you cause him pain, you cause him unhappiness, you all will be destroyed. Ganesh Baba telling them that. We all know that. Right? You dig a hole for somebody else, you fall in it. दूसरा का दुखरा दूर करने वाले तेरे दुख दूर करेंगे राम. You remove somebody happiness, Sri Ram will remove yours. You cause problem for somebody, you fall in the trap. All the bhajans, we all custom hearing devotees. Ganesh Baba is making that point. गणेश जी की ऐसे वचन सुनकर मुनिजन अज्ञान बुद्धि को प्राप्त हुए. In the state of ignorance, Ganesh Baba talking to them. Ganesh is Bhagwan Ganesh is the epitome of wisdom. He symbolizes wisdom. Wisdom is speaking to them. But devotees, they in agyan. And what agyan? Remember I have said you have five mental afflictions. The first is agyan, ignorance. From ignorance you have asmita, ego. And from ego you have rag and dvesh, attachment and aversion. Abhinivesh, fear of death. The last four evolutes of the first one, agyan. Ignorance is a terrible disease, devotees. Because of ignorance, many people, we have different mental afflictions. Here, ego in them. Rag, dvesh. This is devotees. They won't want to listen. They don't listen to Ganesh Baba. Hey Swamin, आप मेरी इसी वचन को पूर्ण करें. हम दूसरा कुछ नहीं चाहते. Follow insisting, Ganesh Baba, this is what we want. We don't want anything else. Devotees, you plant a seed on concrete, it might catch. But to put a good idea in heart of a man with agyan, you wasting time, yes? Murkhasya aushadhi nasti. No cure for stupidity. It's borne out right here. And they are holy men, Brahmins, performing rituals and so on and so forth. You think ignorance is for, only for particular domain? Spreads across. Devotees. He insisted. This is what we want. हम दूसरा कुछ नहीं चाहते. We don't want anything else otherwise. गणेश जी बोले दुर्जन पुरुष सज्जनता को और सज्जन पुरुष दुष्टता को कभी नहीं प्राप्त होते. सर्वप्रथम जो तुम्हें भोजन का कष्ट हुआ तो गौतम जी ने उन्हें भोजन दिया और अब तुम लोग उन्हें दुख देते हो. Ganesh Baba reminding them now, when before you all starving, nothing was there for you all, famine and drought. Who it was who brought everything back? Not Gautam Rishi? And now you want to cause him unhappiness? Ganesh Baba went back to try to show them that you should have gratitude. The attitude of gratitude is a spiritual quality, not selfishness. Devotees, Ganesh Baba is telling them, यह तुम्हारे लिए अच्छा न होगा और कोई दूसरा वर मांगो. What you do is not right. Again Baba telling them, Ganesh Baba, what you do is not right. Ask for something else. Ask for something else. इतना कहने पर भी ऋषियों ने गणेश जी के वचन को न माना और भक्ति की अधीनता से वशीभूत हो शंकर जी के पुत्र गणेश जी उस दुष्ट आत्मा मुनियों से बोले, तुम सब जो प्रार्थना करते हो वही होगा, परंतु पीछे जो होनहार है वह भी होगा. ऐसा कह वे अंतर्ध्यान हो गए. Devotees, they insisted. Perseverance is good, but not in the wrong side, man. They're insisting. This is what we want. Ganesh Baba tried to take them away, but and if they won't listen to Ganesh Baba, devotee could imagine who they could listen to. All of them who would listen to? Their wife, boy. Wife Bhagwan. Yeah, the wife Bhagwan can't up all that. You see? Now, those were there, and you have Ahilya also. She was a wife also. But this dharmic, param dharmic, as opposed to these here. You see? You have to understand how you live, the values you have. So devotees, Ganesh Baba, in a very firm voice, serious, he said, all right, you have asked, you're insisting that this is what you want. Oh, you dushta atma, sinful ones. But he didn't call them so. He knew they were dushta atma. What do you expect from them again? He said, okay, wahi hoga. What you ask for, you shall get it. Because you know what? You please me. They please Ganesh Baba. Ganesh Baba can't take back the burden. But he said, okay, I tried to prevent you, but you want to go this way? What you want, what you ask for, you shall get it. But, parantu piche, jo hanahar, wo bhi hoga. Whatever happens afterwards is your responsibility. You're planting the wrong seeds. In other words, you pray, you ask Ganesh for this. Ganesh says, no, younger, you insist. Whatever happens is you created, not me. Devotee, you understand, taking responsibility. When you go this kind of way, you take responsibility. You can insist, you ask for something negative, you're responsible. So devotees, those Brahmins very happy, Ganesh Baba will do what they ask, but specifically how, they wouldn't know that something is going to happen. So devotees, Ganesh Baba disappeared, and those Brahmins now waiting with impatience. What will Ganesh Baba do? Now devotees, these holy men, they always have their own little plot where they'll plant and so on with the corn and different grains and so on. What happened now? What is the strategy Lord Ganesh used? Right? Ganeshji, devotees, Ganeshji durbal gau ka roop dharan kar. Ganeshji appeared in the form of a very feeble-looking cow. A feeble-looking cow. And he went to that piece of land where Gautam planted his corn, that crop there. And devotees, after you have planted and so on, you think, now come the bear and a cow come to eat on everything. Cow come to eat on everything. So this feeble-looking cow, Ganesh Baba, went into this garden and he began to mash down everything like he eaten. Now, Gautam Rishi, he saw that. He was told, look, there's a cow eating out your plantation. Gautam Rishi, he came to report to the plantation, he saw this cow, feeble-looking cow. He took a blade of grass, 2 blades of grass, no? Grass, and hajjao. If all of mine cow, you know what we do sometimes. Just hit him in the hind part. Hajjao, move, go. Devotees, hajjao. When he said hajjao, patke, he capsized already. The cow fall along, all his leg and skin up on top. Cow dead. Cow dead. Now, how could a few blades of grass kill a cow? But that's the plot. Ganesh Baba doing his part, but they leave for the rest now. All them Brahmin hiding with the wife and then watching to see what is going to happen. Yeah. Talking about the fast. And that's true to life circumstance and devotees. These things happen. Right? So when they see this cow fall on, cow died, all of them jump up from the hiding spot. Gautam, we caught you. You have killed a cow, Gau Hatya. They accuse him of killing a cow. Now they worship cow. So they kill a cow, devotees, anybody who kill a cow, that Gau Hatya, that wasn't killing a man. They banish you. You have to undergo punishment. Or imagine Gautam devotees, hit the cow with the blade of grass, and the cow falling and dead. You can imagine, you think he could comprehend anything? Huh? Any one of us, you could comprehend that? How the cow dead just away? Just like that? And now all them had to blame Gautam. You killed the cow. You can't live in this place again anymore. Exactly what they wanted. They put Gautam in that situation through the worship of Ganesh. But Ganesh Baba devotee, you have to understand, when he mentioned Honahar, what is destiny, what has to work out, going to work out. What has to come back to you, you can't stop it. Maybe this has to be. This has to be. So Gautam devotee, that virtuous man, look at the position he found himself in. That in his own village, everybody turned against him. Everybody turned against him. And they told him, you can't stay here again anymore. Out of this village, go somewhere else. Gautam went a little distance away, devotees, very puzzled. A good distance, built this, a little hut to stay with his consort Ahilya. But he was troubled. Because this thing, the stain of killing a cow still with him. That stain doesn't come out because he gone out to the village. So devotees, he still had a contact with the villagers, So humblest man was, Forgive me, what, I have done something wrong. He's still thinking he did it. What can I do? What can I do? What punishment? Give me any kind of punishment. I will take it because I have killed the cow. And devotees, long time they had a panchayat. They had 5 people in the village, So the panchayat, they were like the judge, no? So himself unto himself, them same Brahmins say 5 and them song to the panchayat to judge Gautam. And Gautam submitted himself to that. Such a pure mind he had. Not thinking in the slightest way, this is a scheme, a trick, they are plotting against me. And all this went back to what? Because Ahilya Mata went and fetched water in front of the lady and them. And them lady one blew in the husband's ears, push away. And them people are so stupid, look what they're doing. Devotees. The panchayat, let's put it in a simple way, they say, well, Gautam, to expiate your sins, you have to go on the wool 3 times. 3 times, go on the wool. When you go finish that, boy? Walk along the wool 3 times. Different points you put to him. They say the mountain is there, you can circumambulate it 108 times. And you have to make Shiv Lingam and worship. You have to worship thousands of Shiv Lingam and worship. And devotees, they put a difficult sacrifice for him to do. And Gautam accepted. Said, yes, I will do what you have asked me to do. I want to free myself. Because he really believed that he had sinned. But he was sinless. We all know that. So devotees, he decided that he will circumambulate the mountain, a good distance away, far away from there, and he would worship Shiva conscientiously to attain to that state of purity, to cleanse himself of Gauhatya, the sin of killing a cow. And devotees, he did what he had to do. Circumambulated, and then he made lingam, Shiv Lingam, and he would worship. And Ahilya Mata, what would she do? Likewise, making Shiv Lingam, because she is Param Dharmik Stri, a very dutiful wife of the highest order, supporting that husband there. Devotees, she worshipped also. She worshipped intensely. And they said quite some time passed. Genuine devotions. Remember the sage accustomed performing thousands of years of tapasya? So this devotees, it was normal to him, natural to him, I should say, to make this kind of sacrifice. Not a problem at all. Not a problem. And so devotees, he worshipped. And quite some time passed, devotees. There was a special lingam he was worshipping there, and that was called Trambakeshwar, if they go by that name. Yeah? And worshipping many times, quite some time passed, and then one day devotees, everything, there's a point of fruition, a point when success is going to come. Right? So it came to that point, devotees, Gautam worshipped, not thinking anything except, let me worship Shivaji. They told him to worship Shiva, the Shiv Lingam, which was what he was doing. And just seeking that purification. Avoiding, should try to get rid of the pap of killing a cow. Devotees, until the day came. What happened? While praying, while worshipping, they appeared, Bhagavan Shankar and Goddess Parvati. Shivaji appeared, devotees. When he appeared, he said, Hey, Vipro Misresh Rishe, tum dhanya ho. Isliye main prasann hu, var mango. Bhagavan Shankar said, Oh sage, I am very pleased with you. I am very pleased with you, O foremost of sages. Tum dhanya ho. Isliye, I am pleased with you, var mango. Ask, what do you want? Ask a vardhan. Devotees, Gautam Rishi joined both hands together. He concentrated on Bhagavan Shankar. He praised him to get Ahilya Maha. Let's do it and we'll see. We'll go to what he asked for. पर भोले भाले भोले भक्तों की रखवाले तुमको लाखों प्रणाम तुमको मेरा प्रणाम। तुमने ये संसार बनाया सभी तुम्हारी माया छाया। तुमने ये संसार बनाया सभी तुम्हारी माया छाया। सर्पों की माला वाली कैलाश पर्वत वाली तुमको लाखों प्रणाम तुमको मेरा प्रणाम। जल में तुम अंबर में तुम हो नगर नगर घर घर में। तुम जल में तुम अंबर में तुम हो नगर नगर घर घर में। तुम हो लहर लहर स्वर स्वर में कहा नहीं तुम हो जग भर में। डमरू के बजाने वाली दुष्टों को मिटाने वाले तुमको लाखों प्रणाम तुमको मेरा प्रणाम। हर 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 महादेव का नारा नर नारी घर घर का प्यारा। हर 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 महादेव का नारा नर नारी घर घर का प्यारा। दीप तुम्हारा तेल तुम्हारा दुनिया का सब खेल तुम्हारा। ये खेल खिलाने वाली त्रिभुवन को नचाने वाले तुमको लाखों प्रणाम तुमको मेरा प्रणाम। तुमको लाखों प्रणाम तुमको मेरा प्रणाम तुमको। शैल गिरीश्वर उमा महेश्वर काशी विश्वेश्वर सदाशिवा। हे शैल गिरीश्वर उमा महेश्वर काशी विश्वेश्वर सदाशिवा। हे सदाशिवा सदाशिवा ओम सदाशिवा 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 ओम सदाशिवा 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 ओम सदाशिवा शंभु सदाशिवा सदाशिवा शंभु सदाशिवा ओम सदाशिवा शंभु सदाशिवा सदाशिवा शंभु। ओम शैल गिरीश्वर उमा महेश्वर काशी विश्वेश्वर सदाशिवा। शैल गिरीश्वर उमा महेश्वर काशी विश्वेश्वर। Devotees, he praised Bhagwan Shankar to his heart's delight. He accompanied by Ahilya Mata. And when he was told to ask, गौतम जी ने कहा कि संसार में श्राप प्रसिद्ध हो गया है जो दूर नहीं हो सकता, इस कारण मैंने जो सब के समक्ष कहा है उसे पूर्ण कीजिए, क्योंकि जो बात पंचों में कह दी जाती है वह सत्य की मानी जाती है। अतएव जो कुछ कहा गए वह हो जाने दीजिए। हे देव, यदि आप मुझ पर प्रसन्न है तो मुझे गंगा जी को देकर संसार का उपकार कीजिए। आपको नमस्कार है प्रभु जी। Devotees, essentially he wanted to have all his sins removed. But what the panchayat told him, everything that happened and so on and so forth, So he wanted, something that can purify him, get him out of that state. So he's saying, oh, Devam ki Dev Mahadev, oh Lord, just to free myself from that path of committing Gahatya. And if Ganga could be here, Ganga purifies, it is said. Ganga flows from the hair of Shiva. Please, let this happen so that Ganga can come here for the benefit of all. We can purify ourselves. This chapter will come to an end. ऐसा कहा जब गौतम जी ने शिव जी के चरण कमलों को पकड़ कर प्रणाम किया, तब शिव जी ने गंगा जी का बचा हुआ वह तत्व रूप जल और उनके विवाह किसे कमाए ब्रह्मा जी ने उन्हों दिया था. Devotees, let me put this simply, we have some little digressions here. So what happens is that Bhagavan Shankar says, so shall it be. And so they say that Ganga, that place, that pond was created there. As a matter of fact, a special time of the year, I think when Jupiter is in Leo, they say Ganga is present there. Bhagavan Shankar blessed that spot, and then he said, oh, Gautam, who told you that you are impure? You're not impure. As a matter of fact, whatever has happened is a ploy created by those Brahmins in the village to banish you from the village itself, out of envy, jealousy for you. And Bhagavan Shankar explained briefly. But you see, Gautam wasn't paying attention to any scheme, When a man has pure mind, he focuses on one thing that's pure. As the saying goes, when Bhagavan Krishna once told Yudhishthira to go around the world and find a bad man. He went all about and come back and said, Lord, nobody bad and everybody has good in them. And when he said, Duryodhana, the wicked one, he come back and said, God, nobody good, everybody has bad in them. So what you looking for? What's inside of you? So devotees, Gautam, not thinking, he would never do these kind of, so he was totally unaware of the kind of scheme, tricks that people will play upon you. Totally unaware. And many of us are caught up in this kind of thing. A strange devotee, the kind of scheme, the extent to which people would go. And if I am saying here, they put the Lord Ganesh to create this problem for Gautam, you can imagine it, what again they wouldn't do? Many other tricks and scheme people could try to put you down to sink you. But when Gautam heard this, right, Lord Shiva said, Gautam, they should be punished for doing this thing. What was Gautam's response? He said, Prabhu, forgive them. Forgive them. And why? Were it not their attitude, what they did to banish me, how could I be seeing you today? Notice perspective? There's something I want people to bear in mind. You can't stop wickedness in the devotees. You do what you have to do, you keep doing what is right and proper. Whatever happens, as Bhagavan said, Honahar Balwan. And if you always on your right side, no matter what negative things people may do, it will always work out to your benefit. Just remember this. And you don't carry baggage. If you carry baggage, that you do this, I will do for you. Then what makes you better than them? In other words, devotees, in life as we go through, the corridors, different challenges, people do things. And sometimes they don't know what they're doing. But I keep saying, if my perspective is a positive one, people are merely facilitators. Nobody makes anybody happy. Nobody makes anybody sad. Whoever does, if I'm doing the right thing, it's just to my benefit. And I must make sure I'm doing the right thing. I must make sure I'm doing the right thing. And devotees, God's grace. Remember, we keep saying whatever happens, happens for the best, but that is provided that you're maintaining your right principles. That's a very, very important statement. Once you're doing the right things, whatever happens that may appear to be negative, it will work to your advantage. Bhagwan Shankar said, Gautam, this place shall be called Tarambakeshwar. It shall be immortalized with your name because of the tapasya you did here. So when them Brahman tried to sink him, they actually caused him to be immortalized. All understand the point? You don't carry baggage. Don't carry baggage. I feel sorry for you when you try to do something against me. And I keep saying I could forgive you, But doesn't mean that your karmas will forgive you. Jaisa karni, vaisa bharni. It's going to come back to haunt you. But if I forgive you, it means I have dropped my baggage. I have no baggage. I am free. And devotees, you shouldn't even think about that. Whatever you do, if you think positively, everything is for your benefit. Everything is for your benefit. People could try scheme, they could try to undermine you, they could try to backstab you. Remember what I'm saying here. If you keep on doing what is right all the time, you maintain your principles, you maintain your dharma, nothing could go wrong. Whatever it is will work positively for you. This Gautam. You see the answer right here. Yeah? But remember the point. You have to do the right thing. You have to be living the right life. Okay? And don't make false excuses in your head. Because you see, destiny, the energy. You really can't fool that, Hunahar. You can't fool that. Action and reaction will come. So devotees, Gautam become immortalized. But I just want to point out to you, as we all see this here, remember, sometimes people pray. They pray for other people to suffer. Now, not everybody like these Brahmins. Gautam asked forgiveness for them. He was hurt. He didn't feel that pain. He never for one moment thought that they were doing him anything. You see? Pure mind, pure mind. So he wouldn't carry baggage for anybody. But even those Brahmins devotees, they had to turn around now and come back and bow to Gautam. They had to surrender to him. So imagine all their pride, all the command, arrogance and so on, all that gone through. They had to bow to the same person who they tried to sink, who they tried to vilify, condemn. It must come back to them. You can imagine how they would feel in their hearts. They had to come bow to Gautam, the same man they tried to hurt. We won't go into all that. The way of the transgressor, I keep saying, is exceedingly difficult. Now, you can imagine how the reaction, the Brahman wife on them now. When they see the husband had to bow to the next fella, Gautam, the Brahman and them, they push away in the airs, make him act against Gautam. They were the root cause. But I mean, we shouldn't say that. The Brahman ignorance caused all that too. But the same Gautam and Ahilya, they were exalted, and all these remain the same way, right there. Imagine how they had to handle that. They wouldn't tell us, but you put yourself in that position. That you try to hurt somebody, whatever. The person exalted, elevated, success, you're still down here. How are you going to feel? All no? If all know, that means all doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. What goes around comes around. Okay? But devotees from the other perspective, they'll be like Gautam. Senses stable, mind focused, surrender to Bholinath, and ignore everything else. That is Vairagya. Vairagya. Sattvic Vairagya. So there's a point to explain for when I started. Gautam, not the external thing make him turn away, no? Naturally from inside his heart he was like that. Sattvic Vairagya. So to explain, as we end the Katha, what Sattvic Vairagya is all about. You come from inside, no remnants of any negativity, and no way to go back to anything. No revenge, nothing at all. Your mind always has high plane. High plane. Sattvic Vairagya. So devotees, some of you may be going through the challenges in life all now. Sometimes in place of work, right, wherever, sometimes even in the home. If you can understand what I'm telling you, don't build a prashana. Surrender to Shiva. Just keep doing the right things. And believe me, everything is time. बड़ा नहीं इंसान, बड़ा नहीं भगवान. आसमान धरती से कहता समय बड़ा बलवान. But the problem with we that we impatient. We want things to happen now for now. Now for now. And I keep saying, you plant a seed today, no matter how much you fertilize it, it bears only when the time comes. You have to have patience. If you don't have patience, forget it. Go your way. You have to have patience. Yeah? Do the right things, and everything falls in place in time. Mahakalima, time. Okay, devotees? So when you hear Gautam Rishi, just remember what Gautam symbolizes. Who is Gautam? And then the attitude, what he went through. Right? None of us go through this kind of thing in life. None of us. But at the end, he triumphed. And he was exalted, elevated. Because of who he was. His tapasya, his spirituality. Okay? So devotee, if you listen to this katha, as we were told, Pap Nashak. It burns away sins. Yeah? So I hope that we all a bit lighter. I don't mean in weight. I mean in pap. That we burn away some of the sins. And we continue the journey, becoming more and more free. The power of Shri Puran Katha. Bole Shri Umapati Mahadeva ki. Make preparation for the final Havan. Devotees, while we do need final preparations, let's join together and simple Shiva mantra, keep that focus, Bhagavan Shankar, Din Dayalu Kripa Sagar, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. What again is here, devotees? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahimam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Rakshamaham. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahimam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Rakshamam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahimam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Rakshamaham. Om Namah Shivaya, Pahimam. Om Namah Shivaya, Rakshamaham. Bole Shri Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Now, devotee, the thought just crossed my mind that sometimes people may threaten others. As these Brahmins worship Ganesh Baba and they send Ganesh Baba to humbug Gautam. It reminds me that once somebody called me and they asked me, who is Kali? Who is Kali? So when I explained, my point is that Kali is a personification of time. The person told me, say, not of Hindu faith, no? Another person. A Hindu person called her and told her, that's some conflict. She said, I will send Kali for you. So a person frightened. Yeah. So now when I read this katha and they say they send Ganesh for him, they say, well, yeah, that is possible. But a person will send Kali. You think they could put like the Brahman on them? Only mouth. So you can't send something, you can't. It's, the idea is the energy you send, but what you transmit in your own negative energies. But the difference is that when you see whoever you try to hurt, it doesn't affect them, it comes back directly to you. You self-destruct. Yeah? So devotees, don't play games with religion. Don't play games. Be on the positive side and pray. Tap into the right energies. Okay? Om Ganganapataye Namah Swaha. Sage Gautama Mata Swaha. Prithvi Mata Swaha. Panchalokpal Devaya Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Suryari Navgraha Devaya Swaha. Brahmagnaye Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Sim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Srim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. Om Sri Ishwari Devi Swaha. Sri Parameshwari Devi Swaha. Sri Shitala Devi Swaha. Sri Mahanipurna Devi Swaha. Sri Mangala Devi Swaha. Chandi Devi Swaha. Sri Mansa Devi Swaha. Om Hrim Shashti Devi Swaha. Om Sri Tara Devi Swaha. Om Sri Shodasi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Bhuvaneshwari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Chanamasta Devi Swaha. Om Sri Bhairavi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Dhumavati Devi Swaha. Om Sri Bagalamukhi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Matangi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Kamla Devi Swaha. Om Sri Hemavati Devi Swaha. Sri Siddheshwari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Kalyani Devi Swaha. Om Sri Aindri Devi Swaha. Agni Rupa Devi Swaha. Om Sri Varahi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Khadgadharani Devi Swaha. Om Sri Varuni Devi Swaha. Om Sri Mrigvahini Devi Swaha. Om Sri Kaumari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Brahmani Devi Swaha. Sri Shuradharini Devi Swaha. Vaishnavi Devi Swaha. Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Sri Hanumate Namah Swaha. Sita Ramachandrai Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Radha Krishnaya Namah Swaha. Ishta Devaya Swaha. Kul Devaya Swaha. Asthan Devaya Swaha. Gram Devaya Swaha. Itar Karam Pradhan Devaya Swaha. 5 times again. Vastu Devaya Swaha. 33 crore Devta Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Sarva Devta Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Anand Swarupaya Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Sri Guruve Namaha Swaha. Please all stand devotees. We concentrate on Bhagavan Shankar. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayobhavaya Cha. Namah Sankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha. Shivaya Cha Shivtaraya Cha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Achman. Om Sarva Papaharan Dibyam. Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam. Achmanam Chamaya Dattam. Grahitam Purushottamah. Brahmagnaye Namaha. Boliye Shri Umapati Mahadeva ki Shiv Raatri. Let's all join together, devotees. Om Har 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 Mahadev. Jai Shiva Omkara, Har Shiva Omkara. Brahma Vishnu Sadashiv Aradhangi Dhara. Om Jai Shiva Omkara, Har Shiva Omkara. एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजय हंसानन गरुरासन वृषवाहन साजय दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज 10 भुज ते सोहे तीनों रूप अपने रखता त्रिभुवन जन मोहे। अक्षमाला बनमाला मूंदमालधारी, चंदन मृगमद चंद्र भाळे शुभकारी। श्वेतांबर पीतांबर बाघंबर अंगे, ब्रह्मादिक शनकादिक भूतादिक संगे। कर के मध्यक मंडल चक्र त्रिशूल धरता, जग करता जग भरता जग संहार करता। ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव जानत अविवेक, प्रणवाक्षर दुहु मध्ये ये तीनु एक। त्रिभुवन स्वामी जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे, कहत शिवानंद स्वामी मन वांछित पावे। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। भोला 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 भोला, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों की नाथ, ए काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों की नाथ। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। कोई चढ़ावे पान फूल कोई चढ़ावे माला, कोई मांगल मांग रहा है गोदी लेके पाला। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। अंधन को आँख देता कोढ़ी को काया, बाजन को पुत्र देता निर्धन को माया। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ, काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ, काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। भोला भोला हा हा भोला 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 भोला, ओ भोला 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 भोला। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम 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 बम। शिव हरे शिव राम सखे प्रभु त्रिविध तप निवारण हे विभु अज जनेश्वर यादव परिमा शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजा मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलाय तनुहरि ओम आवाहनम न जानामि विसर्जनम पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वर परमेश्वरी ओम गच्छ गच्छुरश्रेष्ठ स्वस्थानि परमेश्वर यत ब्रह्मादयो देवास्तत्र गच्छुतासना ओम लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजया येषामिन्दी वर्षां हृदयस्थो जनार्दन ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सदाशिव यत्पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम गच्छ त्वं भगवन् अग्निस्वस्थाने कुन्दं मध्यतः हुतम् आदाय देवेभ्यः शीघ्र देहि प्रसीद मे ब्रह्मग्नये नमः ओम त्वमेव माता च पितः त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो बोलिए श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय उमापति महादेव की जय आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की जय शुभमस्तु blessings to all devotees kindly be seated
Sitaram. So it's my pleasure this evening to say thank you to all who have joined with us this evening, as well as to those who have joined with us online. As our journey continues, on behalf of the Paramachar, as well as members of the Gyanipa Kirtan Mandali, we look forward to seeing each and every one of you tomorrow as the Yagya continues. Refreshments and parasada have also been prepared for all and can be collected as you exit. Please have a safe journey home, and we hope to see everyone tomorrow. Sitaram.
Thank you, Didi. And devotees, just remember we conclude Friday night, and put your alert, we are going until midnight. All right, so we will start our puja, this Friday that is, start our puja early, we perform Shiva Abhishek, we have the offerings, and we have Kirtan Bhajan till 11:45, Havan, and Aarti and Jal offering. So we go till midnight. Friday night, so do join us. Tomorrow, normal satsang until this time. Tonight, let me say very special blessings to Vani and Ari. Yesterday was the 18th wedding anniversary. He told me I don't have to say, but you can't know what I have to say. I say what I want to say. So, happy 18th wedding anniversary, Vani and Ari. May you have many more together. Right? And remember what we have been saying, just surrender to that Lord. He knows best. He knows best. He knows bestest and everything, any one of you. So just leave everything in His hands and aage chali. Don't take on the world too much. So blessings to you, and we wish that you continue life journey together. Blessings to your parents on both sides also. I mean, both sides, father is not here, but mothers are here. And wherever father may be, I'm sure they're very happy. At 18 years, the journey is continuing and going very strong. Keep it going. And Vani, I want to commend you. You've taken very good care of Adi. There's so much more of him as time goes by. You're doing very, very well. Right? Dharmic Stri. Keep it up. Your salvation lies in that duty. Okay? And blessings. And devotees have this very special blessings to Adi. Many may not know this. I don't know if he mightn't want them to know either. But if it's at least once a week, this body of mine is being sustained because of Adi. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now give me doubles, you know. Massaging me at least once a week, whenever opportunities present itself. And I can't say how much that sustained me, Adi. Blessings. And this is seva to Guru, but it indirectly is also service to Shivaji. But believe that. So keep it up. These seeds you're planting, when they begin to bear fruits, I know you're not looking forward to that, but it will come. Blessings to both of you. And we have to say that, Vani allows you to come, so. Husband can't let with the wife permission, no? Yeah? Right? So, blessings to both of you, and keep it up. I'm very pleased with you. And devotees to all of you, first night, nice to see so many of you. We look forward to seeing even more of you tomorrow night, and Friday night, well, even. Is that more and more? Most of you, everybody. Join us. Special occasion, Shiv Raatri. Let's not waste it, okay? Blessings. Stand up, Adi, Vani. Jai Sitaram. Blessings, devotees, and remember, have a safe journey back home, and follow the instructions of the security guard on the outside now, right? We have him there for our purpose to make life easier for you. Okay? So receive your prasad and refreshments on the outside, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.